Y'all doing? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? I gotta let you guys know something. Kandi is fighting back as she should. As she should. If you guys are here, please press that one. Let me know if you guys can hear me loud and clear. As you guys can see the articles, Kandi is using Bravo footage as evidence in divorce as she is fighting her ex Todd Tucker over the prenup. Man, whoever thinks she have to fight Todd Tucker in front of the world like this, if this not embarrassing, if this not humiliating, I don't know what is. Do you hear me, y'all? Do y'all hear me? So let's get the likes up. If you guys can hear me, please press that one. If y'all can hear, okay. Hey, Steve. Steve said we hear. Steve, can you hear me good? All right, baby. Let me just tell you something right now. Before we even get into this, I am Team Kandi. If you are Team Kandi, press a 5. If you are Team Kandi, press a 5. All right. If you Team Todd, press a 7. I am Team Kandi. I am Team Atlanta, Miss Atlanta. I am team don't play with my bag, don't play with my mama, okay? And Todd done transformed in real time into a Todd Federalin, okay? Man, when I tell you that Bravo Day pass, let's go. Whew. All right, y'all. Come on in this room. Get these likes up. Close that door. Soft. Matter of fact, slam that door. I want y'all to slam that goddamn door because this ain't a recap. This ain't no neutral conversation. This is not both sides. I'm letting y'all know that right now. This is going to be a public service announcement for rich women and a warning label for dusty husbands worldwide. Because what we not gonna do is sit up in here and act like Kandi ain't built this damn empire. We not gonna act like she ain't built it, baby. We're not gonna act like Kandi ain't been grinding since Escape and No Scrubs. Okay? No Scrubs. Now she shouldn't have got with No Scrubs. I don't know why she made a song. I don't want no scrub. A scrub is a guy can't get no love from me. Running in the passenger side in the backseat ride, trying to holler at me. Okay, she wrote it, but she didn't abide to that. Okay, I don't understand. But Kandi didn't literally write an anti-scrub anthem and then end up marrying a scrub in real time. Man, God got jokes, right? God got jokes. How'd she do that? How did she do that, y'all? And now this man is sitting in the courtroom like, I want an emergency full custody. I want a damn emergency full custody. I want to invalidate that prenup. I want half of everything. And I want to be the final decision maker over all the kids. Yeah. Yeah, that's what he's sitting up in court doing, y'all. Sir, Todd, you are 5'7", man, and a spirit and in strategy. Please calm your ass down. Somebody tell him to calm down. Honey, let me tell you, first of all, shout out to the whole chat because y'all saw it from a mile away, didn't y'all? Baby, the way y'all baptized Todd in them comments, I felt the holy oil through the screen. And that line right there wrote no scrubs and ended up marrying one. Man, I almost fell out my damn chair, okay? You got Kandi, a Taurus woman, a business mind, pen game, catalog money, restaurant money, TV money, and then you got Todd, who looked like a walking 401k and said, the streets have renamed this man, okay? They are calling him Todd Federalin, okay? They are saying Todd the toddler. They calling him Todd Daddy Daycare. Todd scheme set up by Todd to come to you with the bullshit. And honey, I agree with all them nicknames they got for Todd. And the prenup lie, Bravo rolled that damn tape, y'all. Let's get into the most clown part of this whole prenup situation. Todd went into that courtroom with his lawyer. Mr. I represented all the messy housewives. What's his name? Randall, and tried to pull the classic broke spouse move. Oh, I was under pressure. I was under duress. They sprung it on me. I ain't have time, y'all. I ain't have no proper counsel. I was pressured. I didn't want to sign it. I was pressured. I didn't want to sign. Boy, if you don't get your Lifetime movie script out the judge chambers, honey, Kandi came back and said, cool. Okay, cool, Your Honor. That's cute. Now roll that Bravo footage. Yeah, roll that Bravo footage. I already told y'all what it say. Kandi is using Bravo footage as evidence in divorce as she fights ex Todd Tucker over prenup. Bam. That's all Kandi got to do. Say, Judge, roll that footage, please. Right there. Right there. Roll that right there. Yeah, that part. Okay. Now, on national TV, with the makeup, the lighting, a mic, and a confessional chair. That's what Ty was. He was on national TV. Ty had on makeup. He had on lighting. He had a mic on him, a confessional chair, and a whole camera crew. This man, Ty, sat up there with the same lawyer he has now and said, I'm good. I'm going to sign it, right? We all saw that. He said, I'm good. I'm going to sign it. You had a lawyer, you had a mic, a camera, a paycheck, a 5-week engagement leading to this moment. And now in 2025, you want to yell duress. The only duress I'm seeing is your bank account screaming because you thought you could outplay a Taurus with receipts. Honey, y'all in the comments, y'all got it right. People was talking about, let me tell you what they said. They was like, exactly. You didn't have to marry her. And that's right. He didn't have to marry her. You didn't have to film it. You didn't have to sign it. You chose the lifestyle and now you want a refund? No, sir. This ain't Sheen. This is not Sheen. Okay? He want a motherfucking refund. Okay? He want to return the sender. Todd wants an emergency custody. Not because of the kids, y'all. This have nothing to do with the kids. Because of that damn check. That's what this is about. It's a check. Now, let's talk about the nastiest part that the emergency custody request. You mean to tell me a man who moved his grown daughter, Kayla, into the house at 18 years old with no plan, barely raised her until Kandi stepped in, gave that girl a job, gave that girl a car, and he been daddy daycare on TV because Kandi is out here building the life that funds the daycare. Now, suddenly, he woke up like, I am the primary parent. I want emergency full custody. I want to be the final decision maker over all the kids. And also, I want some money. Yeah, run that money, Kandi. I want that money, and I want to be the final. You got to come through me about anything you do with them kids, Kandi. Baby, as one of y'all said in the comment section, okay, period. Because if them kids were in danger, if Kandi was neglecting them, if Kandi was abusing, unstable, all the things a real emergency custody filing is supposed to be about, because that's what a real emergency custody filing is be about, y'all, is when a parent is abusing, is neglecting their child or something like that, right? This nigga talking about he want a real emergency custody filing over Kandi. Kids and their kids. Man, please. Why now? Why now? Why after 11 years of restaurants, concerts, toys, red carpets, family spinoffs? Why after letting the kids live in the world Kandi's money built? He didn't file this when they were posting family Christmas photos. He didn't file this when Ace was crying on FaceTime wanting his mama home. He didn't file this when Blaze was smiling for the cameras at the OLG. He waited till it was divorce time. That's not called protection. That's called positioning. Honey, let's get the likes up. Let's get the likes up. Y'all said it. Y'all called it out. And I agree with 100%. I'm not saying he never changed a diaper. But I am saying this move looks exactly like someone leveraging those babies as a human ATM. He is using those babies as leverage for more money. That's what he's doing. It's not about protecting the kids, y'all. He's playing dirty. He is playing dirty, y'all. The nanny, the village, and the lies. Can we talk about it? Todd's whole little hallmark. I'm the stable one. He said, I'm the stable one. Speech fell apart with one thing. One thing it fell apart with, and the nanny. That part, the nanny. Kandi laid it out very calmly. She pays the nanny, y'all. She hired the nanny, y'all. The nanny has been there since birth, y'all. The nanny helps both parents, y'all. Kandi family lives nearby and support the kids, okay? So even if Todd is at home more sometimes, he is not some solo, person dishwashing, hair doing 24/7 single daddy. He's not one of those. He has support. And the same support Kandi put in place, okay? Because she paid the nanny. And I love how some people out here are saying it, and that's exactly how I feel. His whole primary parent act only exists because she funded the environment that allowed him to play house husband. Do y'all get that? He's only able to play that role because she set up that situation. She's paying for his lifestyle. She's paying for the nanny. When you take all that shit away, his ass gonna have to get a job. And he's gonna be working so hard. He gonna have to get a job. He gonna have to get a job. Your ass gonna have to get a job, Todd. Damn. You're gonna have to get a job. Okay? Shit. Ooh, I ain't never seen men want to sit up here and be the take that, what do you call it? Daycare. Get your ass out there and work. You can't yell, honey. Oh my God. I'm the one. You cannot yell. I'm the one that's always there with the kids. But there is a house Kandi paid for cash for, with a nanny Kandi hired, driving cars Kandi co-signed, eating from stores from Kandi checkbook. You know what I'm saying? Where? Primary where? Okay? Because if it wasn't for Kandi, you wouldn't even be doing that. You would have to go get a job at Home Depot or wherever. Lowe's, Ace, Kroger's. I don't know. You're going to have to get your ass a job. Man, but didn't Mama Joyce told us? Mama Joyce, Auntie what's her name? Bertha. Mama Joyce, Auntie Bertha, and the whole old lady gang were right, y'all. They were right. Press 3 if they were right. Wasn't they right? Wasn't they right? Wasn't they right? Now let's talk about the elders, because the internet is doing a roll call. A roll call. Listen, Mama Joyce might be loud. She might be messy. She might be out of pocket and wrong about a lot of things. But when it came to Todd and that damn money, honey, she read him like a goddamn Target receipt. She read him like a Target receipt. She did not see a husband, and I didn't see one either. Woo! I want to know, when you saw Todd, did you see a husband in him? Press 1 if you did not see no husband. Press 1 if you ain't see no damn husband when you saw him. Press 7 if you saw a husband. I ain't see no husband, so I'm going to press 1. I didn't see no damn husband. And Mama Joyce didn't see no damn husband either. She did not see a husband. She saw a long-term scheme. She saw a scheme, a scammer. That's what she saw. And a lot of y'all admitted it too. I don't want to believe it. I thought Mama Joyce just didn't want her to have a man. That's what a lot of y'all said. But now I see Todd was plotting this whole time. Exactly, baby. Exactly. You better listen to your mama. Honey, he stuck out 11 years. He stuck it out 11 years. 2 kids, a family brand, full access, and now at the finish line. Okay, at the finish line, he want to challenge the prenup. But you know what? People may say 11 years is a long time, but hell, when you ain't never had shit, you ain't never think you was going to get shit, and then somebody like Kandi come along and she got so much shit popping off. I mean, it's a lot of distractions that will keep you there for 11 years. That keep the act going on. You know, he was acting. You know what I'm saying? He's into the arts. Hell, all those big boats, all the cars, and doing stuff for your kids. Hell, I'm surprised he didn't keep up the act longer. You know what I mean? Shit. Hell yeah. Shit. Hell yeah. People lie and act to get that government assistance to the day they die. Shit, people always acting for something, honey. But yeah, he done pulled up that act. But when he got to the challenge, the prenup, when he got to that finish line, now he want to challenge the prenup. He talking about emergency custody, as if Kandi over there hurting her kids or neglecting her kids. Nigga, please. Talking about he want half the damn assets. Can you believe this, nigga? After 11 years, she gave your bitch ass. You want half of her damn assets, motherfucker? Huh? You want to talk about emergency custody? Man, please. He want to talk about child support. Man, that's not heartbreak. That's not, I just want my kids. That is a damn payout play. That's what he on. He want a damn payout play. Greed is one of the 7 deadly sins, and baby, we are watching it live. Todd, Martell energy, he got that Peter energy, the whole house husband syndrome. Honey, and let me tell y'all something in these comment section. Y'all are hilarious in the comments. Keep them damn comments coming. Y'all are hilarious in these goddamn comments. Because the comparison in the comments got me. Woo! They called his ass Todd Federline. He's giving Peter Thompson vibes. He's moving like Martell. Broken bitter, honey. Another bum housewife's husband. And I'm sorry, but if it fits, every franchise got that man. They attach themselves to a successful woman. They love the lifestyle. They bask in this access, right? They dabble in business with her money. Get your own money, man. Get your own money. Then when it's time to cash out, they want to rewrite history like they done built the damn empire. You ain't built shit. Like you done built the empire. Todd had every tool to become great, y'all. He had every tool to become great, but he's lazy as hell. And ain't that another sin they call sloth or something like that? Whew. And y'all said it. Y'all said it in these comment section. Y'all sure did. You were around TV. You were around production, Todd. You was around music. You was around food. You was around branding, YouTube content, merch, Broadway tours, everything. If you go through all that and you still don't have your own solid empire by now, Todd, that's a you problem, nigga. That's a you problem. That is a you problem. That's not Kandi's job to fix in divorce court. That's manipulative. Okay? Mama, help me. And you know what? I'm so sick of these men out here. This remind me of Offset. Offset trying to take Cardi B money. All these men are trying to take your money, ladies. I'm telling you, they after your pocketbook. They after your pocketbooks. Now let me address that post. Mama, help me. Can we talk about that? Mama, help me post. Oh, did y'all see it? Mama, help me. Now let's address that post because yes, some of y'all said it was the anniversary, of his mama's death. It was the anniversary of Todd's mama death, and we respect that, okay? I respect that, okay? May she rest in peace. May she rest in peace. But the timing matters. You filed emergency custody. You attacked her on the prenup. You power grab for financial assets. And the minute Kandi comes in with the amended petition, gag order, and the Bravo receipts, then you gonna post, Mama, I need you now. I'm doing the best. I'm destined for greatness. Tell God I'm trying. Ooh. Did y'all see that nigga post that shit? Oh! Did y'all see that post? Press 7 if you saw that post. Press 9 if you ain't see it. Honey, Todd posted this. He just posted it. He said, his mama dead. After all this shit and Kandi came back with them Bravo receipts to file back when he tried to prenup her, he gonna post on his shit, Mama, I need you now. Now he gonna put his dead mama involved, trying to get sympathy and shit, right? He talking about, Mama, I need you now. I'm doing the best I can. I'm destined for greatness. Tell God I'm trying. Tell God I'm trying. Boy, you see what he doing, right? Do y'all see what he doing? Do y'all see what he doing? Sir. If you needed God, you should have invited him into your intentions before you turned the kids into damn leverage. If you needed God, Todd, you should have invited him into your intentions before you turned these kids into leverage. You cannot provoke war and then play angel in the comments section, Todd. And as one of y'all said, that part right there had me clutching my damn pearls and my wig. Do not weaponize grief and God to cover greed and strategy. Do not weaponize grief. Do not weaponize grief, Todd, and use God to cover your greed and your strategy, because that's what he's doing. We can all see what's happening here. We can all see it. Do y'all see what's going on? And I'm glad we got some people coming up in here. All right. So, Miss T, I see you. I'm glad you popped up. You got something to say? Miss T, are you there? Miss T, I see you.
Yes, girl. I do.
How you doing? Miss T, are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
Miss T, I see you.
Yes, I do. I'm here.
I think it's echoing. So if you could just talk, I think it's the echo, or
yeah.
I don't know how you got it set up. If you can turn the TV off.
Hold on 1 second. I got you.
Okay. All right. We got someone coming up here to speak. I love it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So I know I'm gonna make a lot of people upset when I say this.
What?
But I am Team Todd on this. I'm Team Todd on this. I have to be. This man quit his job to be with Kandi Burruss. When he was working for RHOA, he had to quit his job when they got together. And then the first project that they did together was A Mother's Love, the play. At that time, Kandi said in an interview that Todd had at least 3 job opportunities that he turned down at her convincing to work for themselves and be entrepreneurs. Because he was used to a salary job. She was the entrepreneur. So when he's turning down jobs to invest or to have time to support her and her projects, he should be compensated for that. She went on tour with Escape. It was a 3-month tour. He went with her, and then she wanted him to go again. And when he refused to, she threw a fit. And he had to explain to her that he had just got an office space. He had his own people hired, and he could not wait 3 months while he went on tour with her. That's a big deal. If she was a woman, it would be if he was a woman, it would be no question that he should get something. And then on top of that, the prenup, I believe he signed the prenup under duress. When I went back and I watched the wedding special again, first of all, he didn't get it until 48 hours prior to the wedding. That alone would create duress. Not to mention the fact that you have all the pre-wedding things going on. You got the bachelor party or the rehearsal dinner, the rehearsals. He didn't even go to the rehearsal dinner. But you have so many other things going on that it could have made it very hard to communicate within 48 hours before the wedding. So that alone creates duress. The television cameras being present creates duress. The 5 weeks they had to plan their wedding and execute the prenup in the wedding creates duress. Her mother's hanging over his head the whole time creates duress. So I think he has a good argument to challenge the prenup. And if he challenges the prenup, and the prenup also said that he waived his right to equitable distribution of community property. They said that on camera. That's a big deal. When you're married and you make money together during the marriage, that would normally become community property. So he's waiving his rights to equitable distribution of community property. That's a big deal when your earning potential has been limited because of your support for your wife's earning potential in her career. That's a big deal for him not to get any of the things that were earned by her during the marriage.
I'm here. I'm still listening. I'm a good listener.
Okay, so that's just what I think. I believe that he has a good chance to win the challenge of the prenup. And I also believe, like I said, that if the roles were reversed and he was a woman, that it would be no question that if a woman quit her job to be with a man, and then that man had a fit when she wanted to go back to work. They had 2 kids that they did not have at the time of the prenup. So that's kind of like an unforeseen circumstance. So who knew at the time of the prenup that you would be at home for months at a time while she was on the road and you're there handling the household and the kids? That's a big deal. That limits his earning potential. Someone said he had the prenup months before the wedding. That's not what they said on the wedding special. Now, I don't know what the truth is, but on the wedding special, he said, I'm just getting it 48 hours before the wedding. So, of course, things can be edited to look the way they want them to look, but that's what they showed us. They showed us him getting it 48 hours before. So I hope he gets, at the end of the day, I want what's best for the kids. And I don't think what's best for the kids is for them to be on the road for 3 months at a time when they're clearly in school right now. So if she's willing to come off the road and stay at home with her kids, then more power to her. But if not, those kids need to be with a parent who is willing to commit to them. That's just my opinion.
Okay, well, before I would love to respond to that, but
okay.
honey, I don't mean to be in your business or nothing.
Mm-hmm.
But I love your house.
Thank
blue
you.
and gold scheme. Do y'all see that? She got the blue velvet curtains. I know I'm nosy. Shit, I know I'm nosy. Okay, now going back to Todd. Now, Todd is a man. So why, as a man, why are you being led by a woman? Because he wanted the money and the lifestyle, right?
Well, Kandi's also an alpha female. So anybody who she's with could possibly be led by her.
That's if they submit. You can't be led by somebody that don't want to go.
That's true, but also, like I said, there was one clip when he was trying to explain to her that he had just rented this office space and he had just hired a whole crew, and he could not go on tour with her for 3 months and leave them waiting for 3 months, and she threw a fit.
Let her
She
throw
was
it
hands
there.
all in his face, telling him to mark her words, and you always trying to do stuff separate and all of this. Like, it was a big deal. Anytime he wanted to do anything on his own, it was pushback. I'm not gonna say anytime, but we did see incidents as viewers of him wanting to do things or having opportunities that she didn't want him to take because she wanted him to be up under her.
But you know what? He is still a man, and women get emotional. So he should have stood down on his foot and stand on his own. That's what men do.
Yeah. Yeah, that's possible. I mean, he definitely could have, but he also could have been trying to avoid the arguments in the house.
By being a bitch.
That's what she wanted him to be.
Well,
He was playing his role. And guess what? Since he was the bitch,
man, then why
now
is
pay
he
the
being
bitch.
a bitch?
Pay the bitch. Pay the bitch. Pay the bitch. He played his role. Pay the bitch.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't. But come on, you know it's not right for her to build this empire and he's trying to take half of it. He wants the money. You know
Yeah,
that's not right.
he definitely shouldn't get anything that she had prior to the marriage. He definitely should not get anything that she had prior to that marriage. But I believe that what was made during the marriage would be community property and that it should be split equitably. And the whole waiving his rights to an equitable split of community property, that was just unfair to even ask him to do when he doesn't even know what that's going to end up being 11 years down the line. So I feel like she had all of her bases covered, but she was not looking out for him at all in that prenup, which is why he needed to have his attorney present when he signed it.
And he did have his attorney. His attorneys looked at her and the lawyers, and he told
His
the
attorney
lawyers
did look at it, and his
that,
attorney also sent her attorney back notes. And when Todd asked her about it on the wedding special, she called her attorney, and her attorney was like, yeah, I saw them, but they were insignificant. So she didn't even get back to his attorney about his concerns. And that's all on film.
But he still went in it. What type of leader is that? A man is a leader. So how could he just shrivel up and just go along with it?
Because he was under duress.
No, he was under the spell. He wanted that money and that lifestyle.
He
didn't want to give that up. He wasn't under the damn duress.
But signing it gave it up. Signing it gave up the money.
Yeah, because he was going to get the lifestyle. So he said, you know what? I'm going to have to play the long game. I'm going to have to pretend to love her. Because why do a woman have to beg you to love her and to show her emotion? Because the love ain't there.
Yeah, I mean, I can believe that. I don't necessarily, just from the videos I've seen, the Todd and the Glam Squad videos and things like that, there was definitely no love lost between the two. And he was always throwing shade. He has no respect for Kandi as a woman. He respects her as a business person, but I think that they have shared so much in their bedroom and with the public that he was always throwing her past in her face, her body count, her sex life, her freak number. He even said that she didn't even bother to flip the mattress when he came to move in with her. You don't say things like that about somebody who you respect. So he definitely had a lack of respect for her as a woman, but she also had a lack of respect for him as a man. Because you don't go on YouTube and television and talk about what's yours is yours and this is my money and this is my this and my that in front of your husband. So they both had a lack of respect for each other as women and men, and they maybe respected each other's business hustle. And I think that Kandi was comfortable in the fact that she could be her own freaky self with him, that he would accept her and her additional partners, her and her past sex life, her and her, the rumors, whatever. He didn't care, because again, if he was out for the money, he didn't care. And she was out to be a wife. Think about it. She was going to marry AJ a few years prior to that with his 6 or 7 kids. So, it was the right time, and he fit the bill, and he was willing, and she was willing. And I think that they used each other. But he should be compensated, because she can't use him and not get paid.
Well, didn't he get paid with the lifestyle and the experiences?
I mean, he definitely lived the lifestyle with her, but he worked for it too. I mean, he was busting his butt. Like, let me say this. I can't say he was busting his butt, because when I watched the Kandi and the Gang restaurant special, he wasn't even willing to get back in the kitchen to see what was going on, what the problems were. So he was too good for that at that point, So I can't say he worked his butt off. I can't say that. But I can say that she admitted that he turned down job opportunities. I can say that she threw a fit when he had other opportunities, because she wanted him to go with her. I can say that according to the television, he didn't get the prenup until 48 hours prior to the wedding, and her attorney did not get back to his attorney. So if all of those things are facts, then he has reasons to challenge the prenup.
I disagree. I mean, we all get emotional. We all throw fits, because hell, I throw a fit if I miss a sale. Damn. So she didn't put a pow in his head and make him do anything. And then when you talk about, okay, he works so hard, a hard worker is going to learn. A person that's motivating and has ambition, trust me, they're going to have their own, because that's what hard workers are. And if he's been working for 11 years, hard workers, don't you think he'd have his own empire by now if he was such a hard worker? But now he says he was a daddy. Your daddy daycare, So
well, he got time to do that, because the restaurants, they open or closing, so he don't have to go up there no more. At least I think 2 out of the 3 have closed as of now. But that also explains why he was opening or trying to open business after business after business, because the prenup says he only gets a portion of what they make together, or what comes in his name. So if he wasn't trying to create money and businesses for himself, he would really have had nothing. And he was paying the household bills. I don't know what all that consists of. I know Kandi bought the house cash, but she said that he did the upkeep on the house and he paid the household bills. So he had to have some kind of check coming in just to be able to pull his own weight. But that's what happens in a partnership. So I feel like he needs to get something. He shouldn't walk away with nothing.
I think
if it was a woman and the other way around, and a woman gave up her job, and a woman passed up career opportunities or job opportunities, and a woman was the primary caretaker, and the woman was supporting the husband's business, and the woman was coming up with ideas and letting the woman put her name on it. Put his name on it, and all those things. Like, we would say that she was entitled to something.
We would say that because when those laws were made for women, women were at a disadvantage. Women couldn't even have a own credit card in their name.
Mm-hmm.
So they would do so much, and they would get, kicked out of their house and nothing, because she was a woman, and it's harder for women to get jobs and to do X, Y, and Z. Times have changed, of course, and maybe the laws have not updated yet. But Todd, he have learned experience. He have resources from this. He has gained a lot from this.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And my thing is, why hasn't he built his own empire? Nobody is stopping him.
Well, I think that they were on the verge of doing that. Think about it, because OLG was always busy. It was always busy. And then they had some issues, according to the blogs, with the landlords and some repairs. And I don't know if they weren't paying rent until the repairs were made or whatever. Then the landlord was trying to sue them. And then remember, Kandi came out and did a statement about, she made a statement about it. So if they racked up debt at the restaurant, and keep in mind too, in her proceedings, in her divorce filing, she's asking that they split the marital debt. Now you want to split the debt, but not the earnings. How is that fair? Like, how is that fair?
People are saying he wasted Kandi money on failed businesses. And he used Kandi money. And that's a privilege right there, to be able to use that money and to have businesses and fail. He would never got those opportunities or those experiences if it wasn't for Kandi, because damn sure he can't do it on himself.
Right, but that was also at Kandi's request, though. Kandi wanted him to be an entrepreneur. He had jobs lined up.
God. You said it as if this man don't have a brain of his own. Do he have dick and nuts? I mean, what is it?
He played his role.
The role that he signed up for? The role that he volunteered for?
I don't know if he signed up to never work for him, to never work in production again. I don't know if he signed up for that. I don't know if he signed up. He didn't sign up to go on tour with Escape for 3 months at a time, because Escape wasn't even touring when they got married. He didn't sign up to be the primary caretaker of the kids, because the kids were non-existent when they got married. So those things are unforeseen.
So you saying that he just couldn't say no to nothing?
No, I'm saying that situations changed.
That's why Mama Joy said he don't have a backbone, and she didn't respect him as a man.
And that's why Kandi wanted him, so she could run him. So she got to pay. She got to pay. She hired a personal. Todd was her personal assistant / boy toy / baby daddy. And he got to get his money. If he was my brother, I'd be like, get your coins, bruh. Get your coins. And if she was my sister, I'd be like, you wrong.
How is
you wrong for not wanting to give that man nothing.
Well, what do you want her to give him?
I think whatever they made collectively.
From the restaurant, right?
I think whatever was made during the marriage.
Oh, hell no. Okay.
Not give him all of it, but I think it should be split. If you want to split the bills, let's split the profits too.
Well, it's the bills that his decisions caused her to have debt.
Was it really his decisions though? Because it was her family that was running those failed restaurants.
He's the man.
It was her family though. And even when he would say, I think we should get rid of this person. Oh, she was crying because he was too hard on her cousin in the kitchen. She was, telling him he was too hard on her cousin. He was like, I want to get rid of this manager. Oh, well, I see potential. Because she didn't want to pay nobody. So I think that they were probably both at fault for the restaurant's failing. And not only that, but I feel used as a fan, because I went to OLG.
Was it good?
And they served me a $15 crab cake with plastic forks. Oh. So nobody else is going to OLG. People in Atlanta aren't going to OLG like that. It's the fans that's going. So don't use us as fans to come take us over there and serve us $15 crab cakes with plastic forks and scorched grits. Like, so now that she's not on the show, like, who's going to actually support those things? Because we're going because we love Kandi. We're fans of Kandi. But to go and you serve me $15 crab cakes with a plastic fork, I'm sorry, I'm insulted. And I feel used as a fan.
Why
you can't stay open doing stuff like that? And this was during the Bronner Brothers hair show, might I add. So you had all these hairdressers there from all over the United States, and they had one bartender. Like, that hair show happens twice a year in Atlanta and has been happening for decades. There is no reason why that place should have been understaffed like that. That's bad management. So you can't help but fail when you're missing out on weekends like that. And it's her people that's running it.
Why are they so cheap if that's the case?
I don't know. Because the same reason why Kandi have this attorney that's submitting documents that's not formatted correctly. And she got 4 line spaces between some paragraphs, 2 between some paragraphs. It looked janky. Like you're protecting a $30 million empire. You need the best attorney you can get, and every I needs to be dotted and every T needs to be crossed. And this is exactly why Todd's gonna find a loophole in that prenup, because you're trying to be cheap. Todd went and got Randy Kistler, he went and got Randy Kistler, who was the attorney for Ashley Darby, I think. Portia's attorney. Like, why wouldn't Kandi have him? Why is Todd getting him? And why is his paperwork looking clean and neat and grammatically correct and formatted correctly, and hers is looking like a child did it?
Maybe because she feels like it's on video footage and there's no way that Todd could win. Maybe she underestimates him.
Well, I think so, but I think the footage is going to backfire in her face.
How? We saw the footage.
Right. We saw the footage, and we saw him. If the footage is correct, he didn't get the papers until 48 hours before the wedding. And he had to, if the footage is correct, her attorney did not respond to his attorney. And if the footage is correct, he didn't sign the papers until 3 hours prior without his attorney present. So if the footage is correct, he has grounds to contest that prenup. So I don't know. I mean, at the end of the day, I would hope that they would put aside their own egos and their own differences and truly do what is best for their beautiful children. And if that means that Kandi needs to come off the road to be the primary caretaker, then she may need to do that.
They say, are you a lawyer?
I am not a lawyer. I'm not a lawyer. I'm just a nosy Real Housewives fan since day one. I watch all the shows. Sad to say it, but I do, and I'm obsessed. I've been obsessed. Me and my daddy watch them. It's just what it is.
That's good.
So, and I did over the weekend. I went back and watched the wedding special, and so because I was like, just I remember watching it, of course, but that was 11 years ago. So I went back and watched it again, and I'm like, and I heard her attorney spell out the conditions of the prenup. And when she said that you waive your right to equitable split of community property, I was like, whoa. That's
now
crazy.
Somebody said that's a lie. Todd had the prenup 2 months before.
That's not what they said on the show. Like, he literally said, I got it 48 hours prior. He said that he got it 48 hours prior.
Well,
then she did an interview with a radio station. I think it was in January. And then they got married in April, and they asked her about eloping, and she said that she wasn't against eloping, but she wouldn't have done it because the prenup wasn't signed anyways, and that they were still working it out. And even on the wedding special, her mother asked her why she waited so late. And she said, because prenups aren't as cut and dry as I thought they were. We have to do full disclosure, and all these things have to happen. So she was explaining to her mom why he was just getting the prenup. So I don't know if it was just edited like that for drama for the show. But since Kandi is referencing the show in her filings, I would think that it would be fact. I don't know. But I'm gonna let y'all go. It's so nice to talk to you. And like I said, I know that my opinion is probably different than a lot of the viewers. And like I said, I mean, I'm a Libra, And so Libras tend to think about things from all sides and want things to be fair and balanced and equitable. It's just in my blood, just who I am. So I can't help but to want things to be fair for not only Todd and Kandi, but most importantly, the children. Like, they shouldn't be drug around all over the country just because mama don't want to pay child support. Like, that's not fair to them either. So I wish them all the best. And thank you for letting me join the conversation.
Thank you for coming up. We appreciate you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
All right. I love that. Can y'all start coming up more? If you guys agree with her or you disagree with her, I would love for you to hit that link just like she did. Come up here and tell us your thoughts. We really want to know. I appreciate everyone that comes up here. All right. So, honey, whoo, honey. Do you guys believe from what she just said that Kandi has horrible lawyers? I couldn't believe she said that. Is that true, you guys? I haven't found out. Do Kandi got best lawyers or she got horrible lawyers? And she is saying that Todd, I know he has a good lawyer, you know. So I don't know, but it would be a shame for Todd to win. Wouldn't it be a shame for Todd to win? It would be, oh my goodness, I would gag. I don't know what I would do. I'd be so upset. I'd probably have to eat a bucket of ice cream. I don't know. All right. All right. Somebody said, I don't agree with nothing she said respectfully. Well, can you come up here and tell us why you don't agree with what that lady said? Please come up here and challenge it. All right. You need to have a voice. But honey, I also wanted to talk about the Team Kandi versus Team Todd, the arguments. Now, some of y'all in these comments were capping for Todd. And I'm going to address you with love and attitude because I saw it. Okay, let me break this down. Kandi works a lot, right? That is how y'all even know who Todd is, right? Because Kandi, she works a lot. That is how the bills got big enough to brag about. That is how that house, those vacations, those private schools, those trips even exist because Kandi work a lot. So while y'all trying to use Kandi work a lot as a weapon to weaponize her, let's not forget all that, okay? So you cannot turn around and then use her work ethic as a weapon to crown yourself as a primary dad. Because without Kandi, ain't he gonna have to work without Kandi? Press 1 if Todd is gonna have to get a good job without Kandi. Who is gonna supply his needs? And that's not fair. That's not fair. You need to get a job. He gave up his job at Bravo. And I know people say, well, Kandi, she got upset. And that's why I don't give a damn. Women get upset all the time. Men get upset all the time. We all gonna get upset. But you gotta be a black man and you a man. Stand on yours. You didn't want to work that job, no way. Because what I know about a man is if he really want to do something, he gonna do it. If he really want to cheat, he gonna do it. If he really want to, man, he really didn't want to work that damn job at no goddamn Bravo. Come on now. He didn't want to work no job at Bravo. He wanted to sit on his ass for 11 years being daddy daycare and enjoying his life and the lifestyle. That's what he wanted. That's what he signed up for. If you were not that type of man that just like to sit on your butt and watch the kids, if you are a hard man that like to work and you're so ambitious, you would feel uncomfortable staying in that house, allowing her to pay all the bills. You as a man would be like, nah, this don't feel right. I don't feel right doing this. This is not who I am. I got to work. I got to get my own, you know? But no, this is what he didn't want that job. That's all for show. I believe that was all for show, all for act. He didn't want that goddamn job. If he really wanted that job, he would have kept that job. Hell, ain't no amount of money could keep you from getting the job that you want. Okay, shit. If that's the case, he'll bend over for Tyler Perry. If that's the case, he'll bend over. He'll do anything for Hollywood. Hell. But he chose to date a cast member on a show he worked for. That is the conflict of interest. And when Kandi said, leave that job, we will build something together, that's when he should have actually built something. But did he build something? Hell no. 11 years later, if your whole resume still says Kandi husbands on Real Housewives of Atlanta, Kandi, that's all it says. And managers at restaurant, he never goes on into the kitchen. He never go into that kitchen. That is not a solid case for our own millions. Because he ain't do nothing, y'all. This man ain't did shit. He ain't do nothing. Child support versus kid support. Can we talk about it? If Todd gets full custody, who really benefits from that money? Because based on his track record with his first child, Kayla, who he missed for years, until Kandi stepped in. I don't see Father of the Year energy. Do y'all see the Father of the Year energy before Kandi stepped in? Before Kandi stepped in, did y'all see Father of the Year energy? I see pay my lifestyle energy. That's what I see. He paid bills and mortgages. Y'all know rich household math is not he paid the lights. She owns him half of her catalog. She owns him half of her catalog. Those roles were agreed in a lifestyle she could still afford alone. She could afford all that shit alone. Do you hear what I'm saying? He was not paying those bills off his independent empire. He was paying those bills off of Kandi back. God damn it. It's just like if you went outside, you went and got me a Christmas gift from my money. It ain't your own. It's from my shit, you know? Man. He was using the machine they built off of her name. So no, I don't agree. He should walk away with nothing. Course will probably give him something, right? The course gonna give him something. But this stunt he just pulled, trying to paint himself as a victim, I don't see no victim. A full-time single dad, as a prenup hostage, as an underdog, That's why people are calling him Todd Federline. It fits. Why this? Let me tell you why this is a warning for rich women. Why this is a warning for rich women. Somebody in the comments said it perfectly. Kandi played pick-me games and won pick-me prizes. Damn. Kandi played pick-me games and won pick-me prizes. She wanted love. She wanted a husband. She wanted a family so bad that she ignored her mama's warnings. She ignored her auntie's warnings, the red flags, the fan concerns. She thought loyalty alone would protect her. She thought I'd make enough money for both of us, was romantic and humble. Now she's sitting in court with a dude who allegedly has a side baby rumor floating around. Did y'all hear that shit? Did y'all know Todd got a baby out here? Press 1 if you heard that. Did you hear that Todd got a baby? Press 1, did you hear that shit? Todd got a baby out here, y'all. Press 7 if you ain't hear that. If you didn't hear, you heard it from me. Allegedly, he got a side baby. Yes, he does. Yes, that man does. Ain't that sad? Ain't that sad? Whew. But honey, he is challenging her prenup. She is asking for her kids. It is asking for her kids like he birthed them. You know what I'm saying? He's out here lining up to collect alimony and child support. That's what he wants. This is literally why older women be telling younger women, never take care of a man unless you birthed him. Never take care of a man unless you birthed him. Never take care of a man unless you birthed him. I said, never take care of a man unless you birthed him. And after 18, you got to let him go. Can I say that again? After your son turned 18, you got to let him go. You got to let him go. Man, let these men go. It sounds harsh until you see the situation like this. Now, Kandi got to fight tooth and nail to protect what she built in the first place. Kandi is going to war, and she ain't dumb. One thing all sides agree on, even if people who do not like her. She already stated closing down some shared businesses, right? She's already closing down some shared businesses they got. Less for him to claim. Filed for divorce first on her terms. Filed an amended petition that shredded his main points, okay? Brought in a serious lawyer to counter Randall. Bravo is my playground, okay? That type of man, hit that lawyer. And asked for a gag order to protect the kids in her image. She is doing a lot. She's on top of her game, y'all. She dropped the Bravo receipts to kill the prenup lie. Yes, she did. Didn't she drop those Bravo receipts on that video? Yes, she did. This is not a woman playing checkers. This is someone in full chess mode. And for the people saying, no, pay him what is fair. Protect your kids, protect your brand, protect your peace, okay? Because if she rolls over and let him violate her like that, she ain't just hurting herself. She's teaching every woman watching that work hard don't matter. She is teaching every woman that's watching that hard work don't matter. She is teaching everyone who's watching that hard work don't matter. She better not let him violate her like that. She better not just lay down and take it. No, we're not going to pay him what is fair. Bump that shit. Bump that shit. You better protect your peace, girl. Hell. Let me tell you. Love will rob you blind. We're not doing that. Absolutely not. We are not doing that. And at the end of the day, this is bigger than gossip. This is about a woman who built something, a man who enjoyed it. And now that it's ending, he wants to reframe himself as the leader and instead of the passenger. He want to be the engineer instead of the passenger. Yeah. He trying to reframe it that now he want to be the dude, right? See, we see the long game. We see the greed that he got. We see the scheme. Honey, we see the Todd Federline storyline forming in real time. I'm not saying Kandi is perfect. I didn't say Kandi was perfect. I'm not saying she was the perfect wife either, or I'm not saying she the perfect mother. But I am saying this, a man who truly loves his kids doesn't try to rip them from a loving mother for leverage. A man who truly loves his kids doesn't try to rip them from a loving mother for leverage. A man who truly respects his ex doesn't lie on public record about a prenup we all watch him sign. A man who truly respects his ex doesn't lie on public record about a prenup we all watched him sign, but I guess he don't respect Kandi. He never did, huh? A man who truly wants peace doesn't go for emergency custody and half the bag after 11 years of eating off her plate. So yeah, I'm standing exactly where y'all are. Team Kandi, Team Mama Joyce right now. Right now, Team Mama Joyce was right. Team Auntie Bertha saw the scheme. Team Miss Atlanta is going to fight this. Team Kandi don't want no scrubs. And she about to legally remove one. So I need y'all to drop the comments. Hell, are you Team Kandi or Team Todd? And do you think he deserved anything more than a check, a suitcase, and a damn goodbye? Okay? Because as for me and my channel, honey, we are rooting for Kandi to walk out with everything and him with nothing but that fake ass beard and whatever change he stacked while he was playing daddy daycare on her dime. And I'm out. Peace.